Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Ever feel like someone's watching you? Like pulling the strings, creepy way. That's exactly what Mari Alvarez is dealing with in All the Captive Girls. It's a thriller set during Tampa's Gasparilla celebrations. Wild, right? You can find a link to the book down in the description. Oh, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives. This story, well, let me tell you, it takes us into the world of technology, revenge, and some dark secrets hidden right under the city's surface.
Sounds impress.
It is. The story starts with, like, a seriously intense scene. We have Mari, she's a TV reporter, and she gets caught in a mass shooting at the Gasparilla Children's Parade, the one with all the pirates. But here's the thing, the shooter. It's not some random guy, it's John Hanks, a serial killer that she helped put away, like, years ago. So right off the bat, you're like, hold on, how is he back? And what's he planning?
It definitely grabs your attention, doesn't it? That feeling of, I need to know what happens next.
Totally. And the book. It doesn't give you those answers right away. It throws you right into the chaos with Mari. We find out Hanks, well, he faked his death years ago in a factory fire. And now he's back with a score to settle. But, it's not just revenge. This guy, he's obsessed with Santeria. He thinks he's like a tool for Chango, the Orisha of justice and lightning.
It's unsettling. The way the author blends these elements, the Santeria aspect, it isn't just a detail. It really gets into Hank's head. He thinks he's delivering justice, but his methods are, well, brutal.
Totally. And the beads, those red and white beads he leaves at the crime scenes. A clear nod to Chango. Makes you wonder, is it really justice he's after? Or something darker?
Right. The author uses Santeria to explore those motives, the complexity of his actions. It makes you question his sanity.
It's a mind game. Mari, she's got ties to Santeria too, so they're both playing this deadly game. They understand each other's moves. It's both fascinating and terrifying.
Absolutely. They're connected by this shared belief system, but their interpretations couldn't be more different.
Exactly. But Hanks, he's not just relying on, old tricks. He's using technology. And some of it's seriously scary.
Like his use of Pegasus spyware, right? He's tracking Mari's every move.
Yeah, the Pegasus thing, it makes you realize this stuff exists in the real world too. It's a little too police for comfort.
Definitely. It's invasive, a violation of privacy. It raises questions about the technology we use every day.
But then there are the deep fakes. That's where it gets really unsettling.
Oh, yeah, the deepfakes. They add a whole other level of creepiness.
Hanks is creating these videos, and they look so real. It's like Mari is actually doing these things, even though she isn't. It's mind-blowing. How do you even fight that?
It's almost impossible. It blurs the lines between truth and fabrication. In the digital age, how do we know what's real anymore?
It makes you think, right? Like, any of us could be targeted. It's not just a thriller plot anymore. It's a real threat. But on top of all the tech, there's another part of the story that got me. The tunnels. The ones under Ybor City.
Oh, yeah, those tunnels are fascinating. They add a whole other dimension to the story. It's like Tampa itself is hiding something.
Right. I love that. The author uses them like a metaphor. For all the secrets, the hidden stuff, it's like the city's got a dark side.
Absolutely. They represent the city's past, the darkness that lies beneath the surface.
And those tunnels, they're creepy. I mean, imagine being Mari, down there in the dark, knowing a serial killer used them to escape. Give me chills just thinking about it.
It's a brilliant use of setting, isn't it? It creates this claustrophobic atmosphere. You can feel the tension building as Mari explores those tunnels.
Yeah, and it's not just the physical danger, it's the psychological stuff too. Those cryptic messages Hanks sends her, he calls himself the Phantom Pilot. He gives her clues, a deadline, 30 days, and that signature, Mari rhymes with sorry. I mean, come on.
So creepy, right? It sends shivers down your spine, the way he plays with her, using fear and manipulation.
Totally. He's playing a twisted game, keeping her off balance. And then he ups the ante. He kidnaps Tony's cousin, Domingo, just arrived from Cuba, with his dog, Freedom. It's a clear message. Play the game, Mari, or people get hurt.
The stakes just keep getting higher. Now she's not just fighting for herself, she's responsible for their lives too. And the clock is ticking.
Yeah, it's relentless. How much can one person handle? How far will Mari go to save them?
It makes you think about your own limits. What would you do in that situation?
Exactly. It's a question that keeps you hooked.
And that's what makes Mari, such a strong character. She's not like some superhero. She's real. She's dealing with trauma and the guilt and the responsibility.
Right. And she's resourceful. Even with this phantom guy after her, using all this tech, she fights back, uses her reporter skills, digs into Hank's past, finds sources. She's putting the pieces together, even while he's trying to, like, mess with her head.
She has to think like Hanks, anticipate his moves, understand why he does what he does. And that's where the Santeria thing becomes really important. They both have this background, this connection, but they've chosen, different paths, like two sides of the same coin. Both want justice, but their idea of justice, totally different.
Yeah, it's like they're playing the same game, but with different rules, different goals. And then there's that scavenger hunt Hanks makes Maury do during Gasparilla, like he's using the city as a weapon, making her run all over Tampa to these landmarks, these hidden places.
Keeps you guessing, right? What's going to happen next? But it also makes Mari face her fears, her weaknesses. Each clue Hanks leaves, it's like a mental puzzle trying to break her.
And remember those deepfake videos? He uses those during the hunt, too?
Oh, yeah, he keeps using them to make her look even worse.
So messed up. She's trying to save Domingo and freedom, and Hanks is out there making everyone think she's the bad guy. It's like he enjoys the chaos.
Oh, he totally does. He's loving the power. He wants to control everything. What people see, what they believe, make Mari the villain, and himself, well, the victim. It's all part of his game.
It's twisted, and then boom, we find out he's had help this whole time. His brother, Nando, this tech genius, they call him the digital alchemist, creepy dude.
Nando changes everything. He adds this whole other layer to the story. He's like a goat hiding in the tech world, and he's Hank's brother. Makes it even creepier.
Right. Makes you wonder about their childhood. What made them who they are? Nature versus nurture. Or maybe both.
It's a question that sticks with you, and it shows how complex people are, the darkness we all have inside. But Nando, he goes beyond just helping his brother. He's actively setting Mari up, putting her in danger, messing with how people see her. He's like a phantom himself, but digital.
Exactly. He's saying, look what I can do. I control what you see, what you believe. I can make my own reality. Freaky, right?
It is, and it makes you think, who can you trust when technology can twist the truth so easily?
And then there's that scene where Maury finds the connection between the tunnels and Hank's escape route. It's one thing to read about tunnels, but imagine being down there in the dark, knowing a serial killer used them. Gives me chills.
It's like the tunnels are, they're like a physical part of the story. They show the hidden parts of the city, the secrets, all the darkness hiding in plain sight.
And it's not just the danger, it's what they do to Maury. Mentally, she has to face her fears, her past, knowing Hanks is always ahead of her.
She's digging into the past, literally and figuratively, trying to find the truth while being hunted by that same path. It's like how trauma haunts you, how your history shakes you.
And then, the night parade things get really crazy. Hanks says he's going to blow up the Channel 15 float, and Maury's sister, Izzy, is on it. I was on the edge of my seat. Would she save her in time?
So much tension, right? You feel Maury's desperation. She's racing against the clock, trying to figure out Hank's clue, disarm the bomb. She's so brave, so determined to protect the people she loves.
And just when you think it can't get worse, bam, another twist. Nando's the one behind those deep fakes. The one's framing Maury. This guy, he's a master manipulator, using tech to control everything, twist reality to fit his plan.
Nando, he's driven by ambition, by resentment. He wants control. He wants to prove himself. And he'll do an ending to get it, even betray his own brother, frame an innocent woman.
It all comes down to the Channel 15 float. Maury's trying to disarm the bomb. Hanks is watching her every move. She gets the battery out of her phone, the one connected to the trigger. But will it be enough? Did she stop it?
It's the climax. Will she succeed? The author keeps us guessing. It's a real nail-biter. You see Maury's courage, her strength, and you wonder, will it be enough?
And then it's like a miracle. The bomb doesn't go off. I was so relieved. But then Hanks is captured. Or is he?
Right, it makes you question everything. Was it real? Or another part of his twisted game. The author plays with our expectations.
And just when you think you've got it all figured out, another twist. Hanks is dead. Someone shot him in the back. But who? And why?
It's crazy, right? Throws everything we thought we knew out the window. Like every time you think you've got an answer, it just leads to more questions. Makes me wonder we'll ever really understand what Hanks was really up to, what was going on behind the scenes.
And then that final reveal, Nando, Hank's brother, the guy pulling all the strings, he killed Hanks. He was the real villain all along. This tech phantom just disappears into the digital world, leaving Maury and everyone else to clean up the mess.
It's like a reminder that the scariest villains are the ones you can't see, the ones hiding in the shadows. Nando, he's like a new kind of criminal, someone who knows how to use technology to hurt people. It's scary how much power he had.
It makes you think, how do you even fight someone like that? Someone who can just, change reality with a few clicks.
It's a problem we're facing more and more these days. With all this technology, we've got to be careful, we got to think critically, and we need to hold these tech giants accountable for the power they have.
So the book ends. But it doesn't feel like, a happy ending. Maury, she's cleared of everything, but she's still got those scars, from what Hanks put her through. She's got to rebuild her life and try to make sense of everything she learned about tech, about truth, about how dark people can be.
Yeah, it's a story that sticks with you. It's not just a thriller. It's like a reflection of our own fears about the digital world, It makes you ask questions about privacy, about being watched, about how truth can be twisted in the age of AI.
It definitely makes you think, question everything you see and hear, Makes you wonder about all those unseen forces that might be shaping our lives. But there's also some hope, right? I mean, Mari, she's tough. She never gives up. She keeps fighting for the truth. It shows that even when things are bad, we can still find the strength to fight back.
Exactly. We can't give in to manipulation. We need to demand transparency, hold people accountable. Mari, she's like a reminder that we can make a difference.
So what did you guys think of all the captive girls? What parts stood out to you? Share your favorite moments, your thoughts, your questions down in the comments. And hey, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives. Thanks for joining us.